traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on borderline. Remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Hi, I'm Corey. Welcome back to Scratch. No, FMP, sorry. FMP video number 5. Week 5. So let me just get straight into it. So the key question of this week is, what has the casting process taught you about the world of play? And then I'll go into my surprises about what the casting was and what it showed me about the actual casting process itself. So, what has the casting process taught me about? Actually, that very different to how a lot of us assumed it would be, as there's a big group of us that we all sort of came up with a collective idea of what we thought the casting was going to be, and then I think we all sort of built how the play would be in our heads, and then we'd sort of figure out. Then when we got told what the casting was, it was, I think, very different for a lot of people. I think everyone had their sort of roles that they wanted to get, but it was a case of who got them and then what the director's vision was, because I think everyone's going to have their own sort of idea of what they want the play to be, even if they are getting directed and they have to do a certain play, because that's just how direction works. You get told what to do and then you do it, right? But no, it was different, but it was fun. I'm not terribly with what I got, but that's the acting world, I guess. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. But I didn't know it. Yeah, I was cast as the barrister, which was, from my understanding, it's the character with the least amount of lines in the play. I'm not going into too much detail on how I think. I think it wasn't the right choice, personally. However, if that's what Matilda, the director, thinks, then that's what it is. But I'm not upset. I'm not gonna be upset, because world and you know what? I'm gonna make my time on stage presence the most memorable part of the play, because that's what it's about, isn't it? That's what people come to see. So yeah, and yes, some choices that were abstract. I'm not gonna say who it is for people's privacy reasons, and people who watch this video, don't want anyone to be upset with me. There were definitely some that I thought were a little strange, and some that I thought, you know what, could be worse. Some that I thought, that makes sense, and that fits them. And yeah. This week, in our actual rehearsals, we had Intimacy, which was good fun, where our directing teacher, she came in and she did us, where it was you had to ask the permission, and you asked them what were the things that they wouldn't like to happen, and the rest they felt comfortable with. So we did that, and my partner was great, and then it was a case of you would and then you had to add intimacy to it to make it more romantic. And we did it, and it was great. And there were a couple of groups that stood out, like Liv and Caitlin's was really, really good. Like there was, you could feel like the chemistry. But it's all stage chemistry, as both of them are. And in the afternoon, we did. What did we do in the afternoon? We did some sort of games where we would use and then we would make sort of like short, like literally like 10-second scenes of what that is experiencing. So our word was, I think, scream. So then we tried to, in our best efforts, to make it coming out of Grace when she's right at the end and she like screams her lungs out. Yeah. It's up and down. I think everyone is a little, I'd say, worried because we are still quite behind. Like we haven't really caught up. I know we've only just got casting, but I think we could have started blocking scenes that weren't necessarily needed. The roles. It's all part of the directing process, and we'll see where it goes. Please see if her hair hangs long, if it curls and falls off.